Thank you for stopping by Living To Do's movie review of Suncoast. It's a Sundance film. It's a really good film. It's about a coming of age story, in a way, of a young girl who has a terminally ill brother that her family, it's just her and her mother and her brother, they're placing him in hospice. At the time this occurred, the hospice that they're going to is the same hospice facility that Terry Schiavo went to a long time ago. Some of you might remember her name. She was a woman on life support, and her family was feuding uh, with her husband because he, of course, had the rights to take her off the feeding tubes, and her parents didn't want that. It was a whole thing. Anyway, it's in the same facility. Her brother has brain cancer and he is dying, and he's about in his early 20s, I guess, and he's been suffering with this for 6 years. Yet he has a younger sister who uh, she has a life too, and most of her life was taking care of her older brother, while her mother, who it looks like she's a waitress, worked uh, basically also to keep her in a private school because her mother thought it was safe. So she's with all the rich kids that are very poor, and we see her how this is affecting her. She really has no friends. And one day she was in class and she offered up her home for a party. And the people didn't even know her name in her classroom. She's just so an outcast, a cute little girl, skinny little girl. And that's how they become friends. She offers up her home while her mother is sleeping at the facility while her brother is dying. And her mother doesn't know all this, and she makes friends. And you see her learning how to socialize with people. They get fake IDs and they go to a party, actually, a club. Of course, they're underage high school kids. And her mother calls her and tells her that her brother is going to die that night. And so she rushes back to the hospital, and he wasn't. She just said that. I don't even know why she said that. It was so cruel. And she befriends a guy who is Woody Harrelson, who is like an activist outside of the hospice place, with a group of people. He's there supporting or fighting for Terry Scheibo's life. And she meets him outside of a little shack, hamburger shack outside of where the hospital is. And he befriends her. And his wife had passed away, so he's affected by all what's going on. And so she keeps running into him, and he takes her out to go driving. Her mother doesn't ever take any time out for her. Her mother has like doesn't really see her, doesn't see her as her young daughter growing up in need of things, in need of friends and this and that, and in need of learning how to drive. And she becomes friends with the Woody Harrelson character, and he takes her out and he teaches her how to drive in his car, which was sweet. It's an old, I mean, it's a weird relationship, and in the way that they get together, but he's a good man, and he teaches her how to drive, and he's trying to be supportive, and she's kind of fighting him because she has her mother who has these constraints on her, and he wants her to open up and talk and whatnot, and she just doesn't realize that she's just young. She's going through a lot, and she kind of bites his head off. And still he sticks around, or he's still kind of looking after her. Um, she has these rich friends, and she has a party at her house, and they're teaching her how to smoke pot and drinking, and they're playing truth or dare or something like that, and they're daring each other to take off their clothes as a group of kids, high school kids, and that her mom doesn't even know she's befriended. And one night her mom goes to the hospice to sleep with the brother because that's what she's been doing, but they won't let her in one particular night because something with Terry Scheibo's situation, that they're not letting people in. Even though she's been there every night, they're just not letting her in. So she goes home and she goes to see that her daughter has all these people in her house smoking pot and drinking and half naked because they're daring each other to take off clothes at some point in time in the evening. So she kicks them all out. So she doesn't think her friends are going to like her when she goes back to school. And they do. They accept her, and she's kind of like surprised. The cute guy, there's a cute guy in the group, and he's played by Omar Wu. He's super cute. I've seen him in commercials, but apparently he's been an actor. I guess he does a lot of Disney stuff. Super cute. He asked her to the prom, and she goes with him to the prom, and they're all in the limo. She has her rich friend. She gets the prom dress from one of her rich friend. It's her junior prom dress, and she doesn't have any money, and she's grateful for the dress. And she looks so pretty, and she goes to prom, and she gets another message, a call that her brother's gonna die soon. And I think she's hesitant because her mom has lied to her in the past, and something in her knows that she should go. She gets the limo and she gets down to the hospital, and he's already passed away. It's so sad. And then she's letting out her emotions because all a while when he was sick, she kind of wished he was dead because in her mind, he's a vegetable. And she cries on his chest. In fact, they had covered his body in his room. He's just recently passed, and she's crying and crying, laying on his chest, pulling the sheet back. And it's just, it's so sad what people go through in life. It was a really good movie because a coming of age story with this young girl with no friends, and she has this big thing in her life to deal with, the her terminally ill brother, that her mother seems to only can focus on him. Understood. And doesn't even realize that sometimes that she does have another child that needs her attention. In the end, he passed away. They go and get their stuff. They've been staying there, and they're leaving for the final time, and her mom lets her drive home, and that was the end of the movie. But a lot went in there in the movie, a lot of little coming of age things you see culminated with this terminally ill relative. It was really sad, but really a sweet, cute movie. It's based on a true story, I'm told. The lead actress, her name is Nico Parker. And as I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, she should play the daughter of actress Thandie Newton in a movie. And come to find out, they are true mother and daughter. She looks just like her, a splitting image. Something you should watch out for. It's something to see. It's really good. I recommend this movie. But that is it for now. I gotta go because I got, ironically, living to do. Bye.